everybody, welcome back to Vinyl 101 with Kent. I'm going to be talking about a subject I've never discussed or made a video about, and something I'm starting to really get into. I guess I was also into for some time, not really pursuing these records, but I found them and I wanted to share what these are. I'm talking about movie soundtracks. Not talking about original scores from movies, but soundtracks with the actual songs from the movies. I've got about 4 or 5, I think actually 5 records I want to go over with you and just talk about them. So yeah, here we go. Alright, so the first movie soundtrack I'm going to go over it with is Top Gun's original soundtrack. This is an amazing record. Just classic 80s rock, and also an amazing movie. With Top Gun, again, it was in the heyday of the 80s where I'm not talking hair metal and things like that, but with this album, you had some amazing ragers from, let's see here, we've got Danger Zone is one of my favorite tunes from this album from Kenny Loggins. You've got Berlin, you have Loverboy, and Cheap Trick. My brother bought this when we were kids right after the movie came out, and we played it non-stop in our mom's car, who at that point had a tape deck. Remember those cars with tape decks? Yeah. I don't think the tape even works any longer. I don't even know where it is. It's probably some dump somewhere, or it's probably composite or compost by now. But this was an amazing movie, typical 80s hero movie. But the music on this is absolutely in tune with the actual movie. Hero, suffering, tragedy, redemption. I don't know anybody who hasn't seen Top Gun, but if you haven't, you've got to check this movie out and just pay attention to the soundtrack. Again, beautiful. What I love about this is I found this online somewhere. I don't even remember where it was. And what this is this an original first pressing copy. That means this is not a reprint. This is not a reproduction. This is one of the original prints from the movie. And even has the original shrink wrap as well as hype sticker on it. See, I'll focus in, hype sticker. That's when they talk about the record. So it says here, includes Danger Zone by Kenny Loggins, Take My Breath Away by Berlin, Mighty Wings by Cheap Trick, and Heaven in Your Eyes by Loverboy. Such an amazing movie and amazing record. So yeah, that's number 1. Number 2 isn't from a movie, it's actually from a television series. And this is one that comes back from the early 80s. And I'm talking about Miami Vice Soundtrack Part 2. I love this album. I didn't get to watch Miami Vice much as a kid because my parents wouldn't allow my brother and I to do so, but that's okay. When I grew up, I say teenagers, I went back and watched it. It was a pretty freaking cool show. Don Johnson, absolutely. But again, my dad had this tape in his car, and my brother and I loved it when he would play it, mainly because of this phenomenal tune called When the Rain Comes Down. This song is by Duran Duran's former original lead guitarist, Andy Taylor. What a great tune. It was at this point that he broke away from Duran Duran to do a solo work, I guess is the way I guess I'd call it. But this was one of his first tunes. and he went on to have several, I think 4 or 5 solo albums, but this is a banger track. I love it. I still rock it. And also, the other tune that I really love is called Where's the Love by Steve Jones of the Sex Pistols. Oh, great album. Steve Jones actually appeared on one of Andy Taylor's solo albums. So it was cool to see their interaction, their working together. Good stuff. Find this if you can. I don't think it's on streaming services. So, as I always say, buy the record. All right, so that's Miami Vice soundtrack part 2. Let's see what we have next. Oh boy. All right. Number 3 is the original motion picture soundtrack for The Crow. Brandon Lee's movie, The Crow. Who, if you don't know about The Crow, Brandon Lee was Bruce Lee's son, and he tragically lost his life during the filming of this movie. And the soundtrack is typical 90s alternative. It really blends well with the darkness of the movie, and unfortunately it's passing. We have artists like 9 Inch Nails, yes, Stone Temple Pilots. Who else do we have? I can't read, sorry. The Cure. There you go, The Cure. And a bunch of other relative bands from the 90s. This came out, this is a reissue copy that got picked up at a record store here in Phoenix called The In Groove. 5 years ago, I think, because when it was re-released on vinyl. It was initially released for a short term when the movie came out on vinyl. I could never been able to find that one. Plus, it's worth an ungodly amount of money, but that's not why I'm in this. So when I saw this at the In Groove, I knew I had to pick it up because it's an amazing, amazing soundtrack by some killer bands. So yeah, The Crow motion picture soundtrack. Oh, it doesn't get any better than this. The motion picture soundtrack for Singles. If you don't know what Singles is, this was a phenomenal movie based in Seattle, an apartment complex, single bedroom units. And it's about the daily life of several of the roommates, how they interact with each other, and their day-to-day lives. But what's so great about this is the music. The music! Oh, we have tunes by Pearl Jam, Mother Love Bone, who was actually the, I guess the forefather for Pearl Jam, because Mother Love Bone was an amazing band featuring Jeff Ament and Mike McCready, who formed Pearl Jam out of the demise of Mother Love Bone. I say demise because their lead singer Andy Wood unfortunately died and the band was forced to break up, but moved into a new creation, continuing on the vibe and the spirit of Mother Love Bone with Pearl Jam. Amazing, amazing, amazing. What else is included on this is, somebody will not be surprised that I actually love this band, is the mighty Alice in Chains. Yes! Alice in Chains. Awesome. With the tunes Wood. And I think Them Bones is on this as well. Screaming Trees is on this. Soundgarden. Soundgarden! What's great about this movie is it also shows live performances from Soundgarden, Mother Love Bone, and also the mighty Alice in Chains. Yeah, so if you haven't seen this movie, check it out. But again, as I always say, buy the vinyl. Buy the vinyl. Okay, got one more to talk about, and let's see what we have. All right. The last record I'm going to talk about is from a movie from the early 2000s called Almost Famous. Beautiful movie about a band struggling from fame, rising from the beginnings of the band. Great movie showing how they almost fall apart as a result of fame, but then realize, what are we doing? And they get back together and they go back and they become the band that they were prior to the brink of devastation. Really cool band, really great record. We've got tunes by Simon and Garfunkel, The Who, Todd Rundgren, yes, the Beach Boys. We also have Rod Stewart, mighty Rod Stewart, yes. Also the Allman Brothers, Leonard Skinner, Led Zeppelin, Elton John. Oh, Elton John's song on this album, Tiny Dancer, is a timeless track. And I would rank it probably within my top 10 songs of all time. Just a beautiful tune, and also a beautiful, they use the song in a beautiful section of the movie. A section where the band is essentially, like I said, on the brink of just, we've all had enough, fame has ruined us. But at the time the song is put into the movie, it's when they all realize that they truly are a family, and a band that, not just a band, but again, emphasis on family that can continue based on its own being and its own parts. So yeah, Almost Famous. That's the last record I wanted to share with you this afternoon. Along with vinyl records, one of my other passions is movies. I love movies because movies, to me, if you go to a movie theater, it's a night out. But for me, it's a departure from regular life sometimes. Whether you're having good times, bad times, or just whatever. But to me, it's always something where you can go to a movie, you can hear some great music, you can, whatever the movie genre is, if you want an action movie, romance, comedic, horror, whatever it is, it gives you a great opportunity to, again, like I've said, and I will say this all the time, music, records, movies, baseball games, whatever it is, it's an opportunity to escape from reality and just enjoy yourself. Enjoy being around other people, or if that's not your thing, just escaping. So, I hope everybody has a great weekend and a great 4th. Stay safe. If you're going to be out drinking, don't drive. This isn't meant to be a preaching, but I'm just saying, take advantage of Uber or Waymo if it's operating in your area. But thanks as always for hanging out, whatever. I know sometimes, I'm not even going to go on that. I love making these videos and talking about my records and what they mean to me. So yeah. So again, have a great weekend, stay safe, and we'll see you next time. Cheers. Bye.